Aloha. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good something, whatever, right? This is Andrew Aloha live out of Flagstaff, Arizona with Spiritual Image Productions on my camera, but that's besides the point. I just wanted to take the time to introduce my first book, The 90-Day Ascension Journey, Engineer Your Life the Way You Want It to Be. I wrote it back in April of 2016. I was actually when I was living in Tucson prior to that, about 2 years prior to that, I was guided to write the book, but somehow I just didn't get around to it. And then when I moved back to Flagstaff back in May in 2015, and then following year, I was working as a taxi driver for Uber and Lyft, but that's besides the point. So anyhow, my guidance told me that I needed to, well, didn't say need, but I had 2 weeks to write this book, right? So I did. I first of all, I thought, oh come on, that's not enough time. What are you talking about? 2 weeks? Are you kidding me? I had 2 weeks to the day. So finally, after moaning and groaning, I decided, okay, fine, I'll do it. So I did. I went ahead and sat down and started writing. I pretty much knew already what I wanted in it, and I had like an outline already for it. So I just had to sit down and fill in the gaps, right? It was just like that. So I turned around and wrote, and the first part, I believe the introduction, I didn't have time to peruse over through my book, but the first part, I believe, I'm almost 100%. I talk about we, and for those of you that are interested, I wrote this. I made the letters extra large, right? And I don't know, some of the bookstores didn't like that. So I just said kiss my butt, and so I don't have to leave my book with you. And then I turned around and I said, well, and I'm not going to buy anything from you either, so bite me. So it was like that. So anyhow, I believe it was the introduction. I talk about we, and since then it's kind of funny because Hollywood has come out with a binary person. Binary mean two-ply, you mean two personalities, I'm assuming. We, and I still don't know if that's the same meaning that I have in my book as they have come out with. And this was after I wrote this book. They came out with this binary persona, right? So, but for me, when I write, I'll put I and we. I meaning Andrew Aloha, myself and I, but we also meaning the collective, that Andrew Aloha operates as a collective, right? Years ago, prior to this, I had read on the internet somewhere. I found that Mahatma, the word Mahatma, and this is, I don't know, Gandhi didn't like that title of Mahatma, but from what I understand, Mahatma meant and means, still to me, a collective, a group of people, of souls, of beings that have come together to act as one, and there's only one voice. And so, like, this planet it's who is it? I can't remember. Sanat Kumara. I want to say Sanat Kumara, but there's an oversoul, a being that oversees planet Earth, and then there's a being that oversees this mountain, a being that oversees this car. There's spirit for everything, for a pencil, for a pen, for a book, even this book right here has a spirit that oversees it. And I just happen to be a channel for it to write it, and I don't know that I got everything exactly the way that this being wanted me to put together the book, but I wrote it anyhow and put it out there, right? So, and if it's not exactly correct, I think it might be pretty close, if anything else. So, if when you get ready to write your book, your next book, talk to the spirit of it and see what it says. See if you can get it. First of all, essence and being and presence of the book that I'm about to write. Is there anything that you want me to know about what you want me to put in the book, or whatever? Please let me know in my dream state so I consciously understand this right away. Thank you very much, and may you be blessed a special blessing for doing so. But it's like that. So you talk to it like a being, like a person, and they're very much alive. Some people think because you're not in the physical body that you're no longer alive, which is the complete line of shit. But that's besides the point. But it doesn't matter if you're in a physical body or not. There's all kinds of beings out there, souls, oversouls, logos, avatars, saints, masters, God, Godfather, Godmother. They're all energies still, but a lot of them don't have physical bodies. There's even beings out there that don't even have a name, that don't have a physical body, but they're still out there. Well, it's like that. So anyhow, I talk about we, meaning the collective, meaning Andrew Aloha, myself and I, and the collective, and operate as one action, word, and deed. So it's like that. So anyhow, I talk about growing up. I talk about the foundation of what it takes to be an ascended person, ascended citizen. The 5 practices: prayer, meditation, service, reading, spiritual inspirational works, and music, mantras, affirmations. The 5 practices that you can do. Now I'm calling those spiritual practices. I've evolved beyond that, and now I develop a new program called Ascension Practices. I call them Ascension Practices, not just a spiritual practice, but something for people to work with and chew with and evolve with, and eventually become ascended in this lifetime or the next or whatever. So it's like that. I talk about the 5 initiations. First ray. You're a neophyte. You're you're being initiated into the first into your body. You're preparing for your first initiation, and then the first initiation is you're demonstrating that you can take care of your physical body. Second is the emotional vehicle. Third is the mental vehicle, and then you go through a transfiguration process, and then you become a master. And then if you do 3 public miracles, if you produce 3 public miracles that are acknowledged by the public, then you become a saint. You're considered a saint. So it's like that. And there's more initiations beyond that, but that's besides the point. So anyhow, I cover all kinds of stuff. Let me see. Tantra. I even include Tantra for those of you that are into that stuff. And Tantra is a lifestyle. It's not just some kind of practice that you go do and blah blah blah. And not like you go and go do church once a week and that's it, or twice a week. And the whole process of doing the Ascension Journey, of becoming an ascended citizen, is a lifestyle. All of it's a lifestyle, and so it's not just something you're gonna pick up and do whenever you want. So eventually what will happen is your soul will take over and start manning the vehicle, manning the ship, and then instead of doing what you want to do selfishly and greedily or whatever, then you'll do what the soul came here to do. And usually about the ages of 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, the soul takes over the vehicle and then starts doing what it came here to do. And when that happens, oh wow, just all kinds of amazing stuff happens. But that's besides the point. And if you don't move over and let the soul take over and do what it came here to do, then you're going to have a fight. And that's what the crucifixion is all about. The fight between the personality and the soul. Eventually the soul is going to win over. So you may as well surrender and go for it and do it. Just do it, right? But if you don't, then you're going to have a fight, and you're not going to like it, and you're going to end up losing as a personality. But that's the other point. So anyhow, there's psychic development stuff, astrology reading stuff in here, all kinds of stuff. You can check it out for yourself. And if you want to get in contact with me, I'm doing, first of all, if you want to sponsor a transmission meditation, which I do as well, in your area, get a hold of me. If you want to sponsor the Ascension Journey, it's a new course that I just developed this year. If you want to do something like that, get a hold of me. The Ascension Intuition sessions, which are composed of doing the Ascension Practices, and also Ascension Intuition, where I go and do the practices with you first, to make sure you're on the same page with me, and then we do the Ascension Intuition, where I go in and do clearings for you, clearings, blockage removals, manifestations, all kinds of stuff. So we if you're interested in doing something like that, get a hold of me, or if you were interested in getting a hold of me and presenting, being a speaker, or whatever else, or you just want to hang out with me and you want to sponsor me in your area, then just do it. All right? Thank you very much. So, thanks for stopping by. Have a God Goddess weekend. Be the love that you are, always have been, and always will be. Aloha.